Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to a video. Not really sure how to announce this one or start this one. It has been a while since I did any form of YouTube videos, past live streaming of course, that sort of got automatically uploaded. I'm doing modding again, a fair chunk of modding in fact. And the big thing that I'm going to be doing is more videos. So this is the first in the line of hopefully new videos on the channel. I'm just back into modding, back into actually playing the game. If you want, you can catch me live on Twitch. I'll leave all the links that you need down below. I've recently become a Twitch affiliate, which comes with loads of fun things. One of those things is what this video is about today, which is currency. So the little sort of currencies that you get at the bottom of the chat on Twitch, if ever you've watched a fair amount of Twitch streams, essentially what I'm going to be doing is one of my rewards on there that you can redeem when you get a certain amount of points. And one of those rewards, and the one that I'm focusing on, that I actually need to make a mod on, that I thought might be interesting to do a video on, is to be able to place a marker in the world with your name on it. Now, the naming part of this, I'm actually going to leave down to a mod that's already got it down to a T, which is Jackson's Renamer. I'm going to have to make sure it works after this, so hopefully this isn't going to be a complete waste of time. And that's just what we're going to do. So you might notice that I'm sort of here, relaxed, lying back in my chair, and I'm looking up an awful lot of the time. That I'll be looking down into the camera. You might be wondering why I'm looking up. My monitor setup is essentially now an ultra wide right in front of me, which I do use in my live streams. And then I've got two screens above that, which are my two old, I think they're 21-inch monitors that go next to each other on the top in sort of like, like bird wings or something. And the issue with doing tutorials now, not so much of an issue, but the challenge with tutorials is they need to be more informative. Although this isn't directly a tutorial, it is going to be with the intention of teaching you a few things and seeing what happens when we hit certain walls with creating a mod like this. The issue is obviously you're going to really want to be able to see quite clearly everything on the screen. And when I'm streaming an ultra wide at a 16:9 aspect ratio, whereas this screen is 21:10, 3840 by 1600 pixels, it makes everything small for you guys to see. Now, in the middle of a Twitch stream, it's not quite as bad because I spend sort of half the time playing Skyrim, and then the other half of the time obviously just modding, and you can kind of get the general gist. But for YouTube, I feel like I really need to be streaming off of one of the smaller monitors in a good 16:9 aspect ratio at standard 1080p so that you guys can see it more clearly. So if you're wondering why I've got the webcam but I'm looking up here and sometimes looking at you, that will be the reason, but you'll probably be spending most of the time looking up here anyway. So that's a hell of a long introduction. I'll probably have put a skip section at the start of this just to bump ahead. So essentially, yeah, this is going to be a mod that's not going to be released publicly. There's no point. It's just for my Twitch streams, and I figured the best way of going about this is to probably, to be honest, start with a mesh. So what I'm going to want is like a sort of rock. So I do want to have a look in the creation kit and find a rock. I'm just going to make my ESP first. So I think just Skyrim is probably going to be fine for this. It's nothing fancy. It's not going to use any stuff from the DLCs, I don't imagine. Plus, this will be a hell of a lot quicker to load up if we have to quit out and come back in. So let's just wait for it to load. This is probably going to be uncut, so feel free to just like skip forward and don't worry about missing anything. A lot of YouTubers will painstakingly go through the video and cut a load of stuff out. I'm certainly not going to be doing that in this one. This is going to be sort of like a laid back thing, whereas the tutorials will be a bit more to the point and with all those cuts a lot quicker. Come on. It's interesting because the warnings that usually pop up in the middle, and they're popping up on my other screen at the moment, so you're not actually seeing the warnings. So, like I say, what I want, I've got this little vision. In fact, you know what? I'm going to get really creative. I'm going to show you a paint. Oh, look at this, fantastic! So it's like going to be a rock, another rock, and a third rock. Good job there's 3 rocks, because this is going to look really bad. But then a pole, you know what, it looks bad anyway. And then it's going to have a banner, which is rotated as like a flag. So we've actually got to create a custom banner. The more that I look at this, the more I realise this could be a very, very long video or something that I might split into parts. So that's kind of the vision. And that will just do like a place at me, which will then be activatable, and hopefully you'll just sort of click on it with Jackson's rename and then do what you want with it. So we do need a decent rock. So let me bring the preview window back up to here. Let me find a rock. It's just got to be like a small rock, not these big things that are sort of placed in the world. More like a little rock cairn of things. Problem is, there's way too many rocks in that. I'm not really sure what I want to use. I think it is going to have to be like a sort of standard small kind of rock from somewhere. Let's have a look, shall we? Small, where are the small ones? They're all medium. There we go. Oh, no, that's not it. That's like a rock pile. I just want rock small. There we go. They hide them down the bottom. So this is probably more like what I'm really looking at using. Is that sort of rock there? It doesn't matter that it's got a bit of a gap, because we'll kind of try and sink it into the ground somewhat. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go ahead and copy the end part of the model, so the actual model itself, not the whole file path. And then what I do is I have my constantly having to drag things back up to here. It's really annoying. In my Skyrim directory, I have unpacked Skyrim. So if you need to unpack your Skyrim to get access to all like the vanilla files and whatnot, you can use a tool called BSAopt that will let you sort of select ESMs like Skyrim ESM, Dawnguard, Dragonborn, Hearthfire, and you'll be able to extract them and then put them somewhere. I put them in my own nice little folder here for Ellie Unpacked, and then I do mods, meshes, and then I can just paste in the search and it should find Rock S02, and it didn't. Fantastic. I'm under mods, that's why it's meant to be vanilla. I've got to look under vanilla stuff because I've got mods as well. So if there are any mods on the Nexus, I need to crack open and have a look at a couple of things just to either see how things work or get a bit of inspiration or use any resources that are sort of free to use from the mod author. Then I have a folder where I sort of crack those open in the same vein because most mods are uploaded, obviously in BSA format. So we've got a nice rock here, and I'm just going to sort of resave that straight off the bat. And Christ, these are massive windows. We're going to save that under Skyrim, data meshes, and where do we want to put this? We probably would like to put this in its own folder. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this. Twitch reward marker, TRM. We'll go with TRM. And then we'll just sort of put it loose in here because it's probably going to be the only NIF for it. So TRM stick is what I'm going to go ahead and call that. I'm just going to take this, copy it, and then I'm going to paste it. Hopefully this video, I think it definitely is going to be split up into parts. Hopefully this video is going to be informative and sort of show stuff that I've really not shown in the past. Now, what I should have done here is get a visual first in-game to see sort of how big that rock is, because I may need to scale this down. So let's go to Riverwood. I think this video is going to be focused mainly on actually making the mesh. Looking at this. So let's go here. Let's get a chicken for comparison. You know, I think that really that makes sense. Jesus, we killed it. No, it's Rock 2. There we go. I reckon about half size is going to be good for this, for what I'm looking at. And then I suppose I could give you a visual in game, so it doesn't look as much like a penis as it did in Paint. I mean, it's not going to be anything perfect, but it really doesn't need to be, does it? And then we want like a stick. We got a Hagraven stick. It might have to be pole or something like that. Pole, I'm going to guess, is a bit close to what we need. I think I was kind of imagining just like an Imperial Jail pole style thing. And I suspect that will also have to shrink by 0.5. So I'll show you stuff that I've never really shown me doing before, which are things like just doing a bit of collision. I mean, I am no expert when it comes to meshes and whatnot, but I am starting to learn new things after all these years. I've sort of got to a point where I'm a little afraid of learning new things, and certainly afraid of sort of showing me doing them to other people. Like, people are going to judge those that actually know how to do them. They're going to be like, that's not how that's done. But I really don't care. I mean, we all learn and do things wrong for a period of time, and then we learn the right ways. That's just sort of how it works. That is a beastly flag. I'm thinking 0.4, because these should sort of scale in the same way, obviously, in Nifscope. So I'm not going to use a Solitude flag. That's just give you an idea of what it's going to look like. And then if I get like an X marker, you'll kind of get a rough idea of the height that's going to be at. God, there's like 1,000 X markers in Riverwood. It's crazy. There we go. I think that's good. I think that'll be cute. And the idea is that you'll walk up to this and then you'll activate it. And it'll be like, yeah, such and such was here. And that'll be a really nice little thing for people to sort of unlock in the streams. If you don't know how like the coins and the currency system works in live streams for Twitch, it's essentially you earn them just by watching and doing various things. So then you can just spend them on cool little rewards. It's not actually real money that's needed to do this stuff. It's just time, watching the stream, whatnot. So those that hang around for a decent amount of time be able to redeem it after like a couple of streams or something, depending on the price that's set to it. But that is kind of what we're going with. I'm going to leave that there for now, and then I'll know what stuff I can kind of drag in and use. I've actually got a headrest thing here, so if you think that it's my neck, it's not. It should be perfectly fine. Plus, this isn't for a very long period of time. I don't always use a creation kit like this. So let's have a look. So we've got this rock here, and as I pretty much did in there, I just wanted to rotate them a bit and just move them around. Obviously, this is going to take a little bit longer in something like Nifscope. It's not the perfect tool to use for it, but because it's actually a somewhat simple thing that I'm doing, I don't really think that I need to go open up Blender and really make myself look like a Wally, because I've only just got into sort of using Blender. I'm not brilliant with that tool yet by any means. I am less than a novice in Blender currently. Just click, 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 click. It was like, just, move where you need to go. Like I said, this doesn't really need to be perfect. We just need to have like a bit of a gap in the bottom there, like something that just looks like a bit of a gap for the pole to come out of. So I think I'm gonna take this one. Actually, gonna rotate this. I'm not gonna spend too long on this because I mean, yeah, this is just for a Twitch reward style thing. There we go. Turn that, and then there's our little gap. Beautiful. Kind of. Oh, you know what? I am actually getting really picky with it because I'm like, oh no, that would fall out. All right, here we go. We're good. We don't need to mess with this too much. That's it. Just sort of close it a bit. That's better. Okay, cool. And then I'm just going to get an Imperial Pole. So a lot of people do things like this in Nifscope. The problem is, like I say, if you don't update the collision on it, it's going to be a pretty bad thing. I might have to try and find the right thing to do the collision with. I don't really want to just generate a collision around this because, as you might imagine, selecting a pole that thin could actually be quite frustrating to do. So if we just go back here again and then we just change up the search, we should be in the same directory and it should find Agile Pole. I don't know if that opened then. Right, there we go. And then I'm just going to copy the tri-shape. So block, copy branch, come down from here. Let's see if I can reopen up this thing. And then that's the middle. Ideally, we do want this to place as central as possible. So I am actually going to need to go ahead and mess with these rocks. God, I do wish that you could have like gizmos like you've got in the creation kit for this and just move them a little better. Oh, God, we don't want to go upward. Just so it does make this a little bit easier. Interestingly, this doesn't seem to want to move in the direction I'm asking. Oh no, there we go. That was bizarre. So let's have that rock there. Let's bring that rock across somewhat. And we should be able to start piecing together. I think this is going to look better than what we had anyway at this point. And then what I might do is sort of bring all the rocks down a little bit. Just so that they have more of a chance of sinking into whatever sort of uneven terrain that they're going to be on. And then, here we go. Shuffle over. That's it. Good boy. That's it. Right. In. That's good. That actually does look a lot better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just going to do 10 on those. I could type it, but I'm incredibly lazy. So let's just do it like that. And then we got our poll. The banner is an interesting one because this is going to be animated. So before I do anything else, I'm just going to save that because I think I might wind up cocking it up. And we do want to go back into the kit and I need to find a relevant banner. So I think most of the banners actually use pretty much the same mesh, but it's just slightly changed in terms of the name. So there's good just generic banners that I can use. And then what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to make a custom little banner. It's nothing too special. Ages ago, I did a video and made like a Photoshop template that to this day is pretty much fine to use. I think it's good enough. And I'm going to use that to sort of make it. So just be aware of how long this is, in nearly 20 minutes. I think what we'll do, we'll piece the general mesh together and then we'll leave it to the next video to update the collision and figure out how to put it into the game. So, hang on a minute. I've been talking and not focusing. I actually want to find it, don't I? There we go. I want to locate that banner. I mean, I did spend nearly 5 minutes introducing this video, so the other ones should not be anywhere near as bad. Alright, yeah, this is more interesting because this has like this 9 node that does all like the animating stuff. So if I was to just go ahead and kill that, then it would break it. Which was great because now it's broke. Right, there we go. So let's take that and you know what? I am tempted to remove the collision. Copy that BS fade node, paste it in, have it attached, and try change it to just a ninode. Can't talk. Node. I think you can convert it. Should be a way of like converting the node. I don't know if it really matters. I mean, we'll know if it crashes the game and the kit, but I'll leave that for now, and then I'll probably do some tidy up. Let's just see if we can get to a point where it does actually work. So something that I completely forgot already, did not realise, is we didn't change the scale. But what I can do actually, it's probably easier to do it this way, and then when we create the object, we can just scale it down. I mean, this doesn't have to be perfect. It is literally, it's just a quick mod for InStream. So if visibly everybody sees what's supposed to happen, it doesn't really matter if it's a bit wonky. That's interesting. That's not moving very well. And it's also not animating. So there's something I'm clearly missing here. Something that I haven't done quite right. Talking about making an ass out of myself. Yeah, it hasn't like copied over any animation stuff. So I don't think that's gone in quite right. But I can at least have the poll there, and then I can look to sort the flag out after. I'll sort of go away, figure out what the best way of attaching that is. I'm probably missing something simple because I'm too busy trying to record. But that's kind of the base of it. And then what I'll do in the next video, let's just minimize. Oh, gold. Let's minimize all this out. Let's just go back to there. But yeah, that's kind of what it will look like. Like I say, we'll place it, we'll scale it, and then it should just be there. And then what I'll do is I'll fix it up with the flag. And then in the next video, I will show you exactly what I did, how I did that. And then we will proceed to put on the collision. And then depending on how long that takes, shouldn't be long, it's like a few minute job. Then we can go ahead and just put a script that dumps it in game. And then we'll do some testing in Jackson's Renamer and see if it does what we needed to do. So that is just about it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was kind of interesting, me just diving in and making a mod from scratch. Like I say, I am going to do this in parts. I kind of decided midway through, I realised how big a job this can be. Sometimes I look at things and think, that's going to take me 5 minutes. But no, these things can take a lot longer sometimes. So yeah, please do drop a like. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought. If you do feel like you need help with things with the creation kit, I've really got a really nice community Discord. I've got a lot of friendly people on there that are always willing to answer questions and help each other out. So please check that out. If you want all the links for things, check down below. Or the best thing to do is head over to my website at www.darkfox127.co.uk. And you can, of course, catch me on Twitch doing all of this stuff live. I do have a schedule of every Wednesday and Saturday around 4 or 5 p.m. UK time, and I also stream randomly at other points as well. Sometimes I just throw in extra streams, so the Discord is a good place to get those announcements. So that is it. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will speak to you all next time.